Hey guys, welcome back to another Parts Factory Australia installation tutorial video. Today we're working on this Ford Falcon. Specifically, we are going to be changing the indicator stalk combination mechanism. Super common issue with these cars, guys. You can't utilize your headlight switch anymore. Your headlights don't come on. Your indicator's usually fine, but sometimes people snap them off, and of course that means you won't be able to indicate, which is never good. So this job I'm expecting is going to take about 25 minutes. We have to pull the horn pad off, pull everything out of the way, and basically swap that little switch out. You've got to take the clock spring off, etc, etc. So it's a bit of a drama, but 25 minutes, we'll have it all done. Now guys, if you require this part, we do have them available at Parts Factory Australia. So I'll put the link in the description of the video. Just click on the title, it'll drop down, and then yeah, cruise onto the webby, order it, get it into your hand, and then of course use this video to put it all back together, and you're back on the road. Happy days. Alrighty guys, let's jump into it. Right guys, we need to remove this horn pad, but first things first, cruise into your bonnet area guys, and remove your battery terminal, specifically the earth. Let all the energy sap out of the car so that you're not going to have any dramas with your airbag. Negative guys, you can just loosen her off and hopefully just give it a twist, grab the whole thing, push it right out of the way so that it doesn't conform back into the same place. So yeah, you can just leave it like that. So at this point guys, just pull this little latch down, and then you got 3 Phillips head screws. 1, 2, 3 at the back. And at that point guys, the whole thing should just lift out the top like so. You can just place it to the side. Literally sometimes just needs a bit of a pull guys, because there's these little trim pieces that plug into the little cluster here, and then once you've got the top one off, you should then be able to just pull the bottom one off. This little handle has to tuck through just like that. Any screws, just put them all in a pile. You can grab this trim piece and you can get it completely out of your way, because we're going to be here for a while. Right, so now you can see we've got a lot more access in behind the steering wheel. So you can put it straight up and down like this, because the first things first, we're going to access a little Torx bit behind the steering wheel. T27 guys, and you just use a little tool like this one, like so, and you just come in behind the steering wheel, and there's 2 little Torx bits. You'll be able to see them nice and easy. You're not going to have any drama determining what's what behind there. So loosen off your Torx bits. One here. Once you've started it, you should be able to finish it off by hand. You'll undo one, and then you need to put the key back in the ignition, which is up here, and you turn the steering wheel, take the key back out, put it out of the way again, and then of course it's the same thing again. You just got this other Torx bit here, give it a crack. Once you've got it spinning, you can then just finish it off by hand. Now the bolts won't fall off, as I said before, so it's now time to come in, grab your horn pad, gently bring it forward guys. Now there's going to be a few little wires that are going to be exposed, and what you can do is just pop them off these flaps, 1 and 2 like that, get a bit more range. Take your green one off. This one here requires a little flathead screwdriver so you don't break anything, but essentially you're just going to press, and you just pop like that, press, pop like that. Be very careful with this airbag guys, don't slam it on the ground, just gently place it out of your way. Now at this point we need to get our steering straight, work out what straight is, which is this way. And what you want to do is you actually want to like literally make sure that it doesn't like sit like that, or like it's dead center, perfect, like so. Now you can see our little Torx bit there. I've prepared one earlier. Now let's see if that fits. It does. It is a T50. We're going to use a little rattle gun to undo that T50. I'm going to grab this steering wheel, I'm going to wiggle it from side to side, and she's going to come off. You don't want to reef it off, so what you do is you leave that little bolt in. I'll grab my rattle gun and I'll show you what I mean. So you loosen it almost all the way out, grab your steering wheel and just reef it from side to side. You'll feel it loosen up, and then you can kind of just wobble it off, if you know what I mean. There it is there, and you can see then the steering wheel comes towards me. You can then remove the bolt all the way, leave it in the wheel. You can just take it up into the air, feed these plugs through nicely, and put your steering wheel out of the way. Alrighty guys, we're now at our beautiful little combination mech. This one, or your one's probably not beautiful. Your headlight switch probably doesn't work, or this is snapped, but ours is still immaculate. Now, you got 3 Phillips head screws around the edge. You got one just down here. You got one over here. And you have one at the top. So at this point guys, your clock spring is about to get in your way. That is this unit just here. So what we do now is we actually remove the clock spring, but you want to make sure that you don't move the actual spinning mechanism of this clock spring, if you know what I'm saying. So let's take this clock spring off. So you can literally just pop it off. Most of the time, there it is. Pop it up out of the way. And even if you can, put something up there to kind of stop it from moving. There it is there. So now we're to our combo mech. So at this point, you can literally just bring your combo mech forward. Take this little spindle off here. The top screw's still half in. Bring it forward. And of course, there's going to be a little plug down here, guys, that you obviously will track, unplug, take your combo mech, throw it out, because you've obviously got your new one, hopefully. Of course, we'll then bring our new one up, screws back in, clock spring back on, and hopefully you'll be good to go. Now, I'm not going to be putting a new one on this car, because this is a scrap car. So it's obviously just the exact same procedure in reverse, guys. So you got your plug down here, plug your new one in, bring her up, put her into place. Now you have this little white spindle, and basically it faces this direction like that, and it just helps center everything. You can see how that's all nice and centered. Now don't forget, we're still going to put your clock spring back on, so hopefully it's still perfectly up and down, like I said, making sure that you're not modifying the angle of the this part of it. Now our top screw is still in. So you can literally just go ahead and tighten that one up. And you got your other 2 screws over here. 1, 2, and the last one here, number 3. Now, at this point, guys, it's now time to put your steering wheel back on. So, grab your wheel, bring her up. Now you tuck the clock spring wires through the little gap in the wheel. You tuck the plug through the gap in the wheel, you pull them right up into place. Now because we haven't modified the angle of the steering, we haven't modified the angle of the wheel or the clock spring, it's just literally push it back on like that, wiggling it from side to side, grab your screw, bring her in, start it by hand, then finish it with your gun. Nice and tight until the rattle gun no longer turns it. Of course, at this point, guys, it's now time to bring your horn pad back. Nothing hard here, guys. The whole thing's, as you can now see, is fairly straightforward. Color match the colors. 1, 2, and then of course the little white plug plugs in like so. Horn pad back in, and as you guys already realized, Torx bits, tighten them up, and you're good to go. Right guys, so once you've got it all tightened up, bring your steering nice and straight, and grab this top trim first. You actually need to put this plastic piece in first. Once that's out of the way, and the rest is going to be history. So we can just bring that up, pushing them all in, kind of like a weather seal or maybe a noise dampener, etc. So you get them all into place, put your little clip in here, and then grab the bottom part, making sure all of your screws are out of the area first, and then we'll come in here and do this. So you can just put the trim through, take your key out of the ignition, up into place, like so. You'll find it just kind of takes a bit of mucking around to get it all in nicely, but you will be able to get it done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of these bottom screws in before I go any further. This one at the back into place, and then I'm going to put this into place like that. Same thing, guiding this up into place. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. Now because that's all lined up, I'm hoping we can just re-grab this bottom trim, pull it down and out, and then hopefully it just clips in. But it doesn't always go smoothly. It's looking like it wants to just kind of sit there. There's no clips, which is ridiculous. Oh yeah, you just tuck it in and there you go. And that's literally it. It's a pretty silly design really, but Ford clearly wants it that way. So yeah, once you've got it in place, guys, obviously at that point, you've hopefully got your working car again, which is good news for you. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching another Parts Factory installation tutorial video. If you have appreciated, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you are doing this type of thing, perhaps you're a used car dealer or doing a few flips on the side, guys, subscribe to the channel. You never know when you're going to need another installation tutorial video just like this one. My name's Lucas, thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.